exams. Uh, Shubham, there are no observers today. Only Himashi has been allowed because her network is problematic. Rest everyone is will be joining. The waves, the waves. May I know your name? The waves. Sarji. अरे क्या करते रहते हो लोग? ठंडा हो एग्जामों का नहीं मन ठंडा है तो सेशनल
আমি সেশনেলত ডাইৰেক্ট উন খেলো বে তাতে ফলত
I
যায়
didn't even give sessional. Pranjal was sacked during a sessional. Okay, look, Himashi, as she said, she will be observer. So today's participants are Jyotirmoy, Vishal, Pranjal, and Subham. Uh, Before I proceed, there are no EC members. So I hope you know the motion for today. Today's motion is India-Russia relationship is more important than India-US relationship. Uh, the team which will be speaking against the motion is Jyotirmoy and Bishal. And the team which will be speaking for the motion will be Pranjal and Subham. Please show it a thumbs up. Okay. Today we have uh, an esteemed observer, Himashri Bhattacharya. If I'm not wrong, it's Bhattacharya, right, Himashri?
Yes, it's Bhattacharya.
Okay. As the observer for today, please make your opinion.
Okay, so as an observer and about the topic that India-Russia relationship is more important than India-USA relationship, uh, I would just say that I don't have much knowledge. I have just listened to a few of the speeches by our foreign affairs minister. So I believe that maybe India-Russia relationship is a bit more important for India right now. But let's
Mhm.
see what the participants have to say.
Thank you, Himashri. Defia,
Yes.
कुछ बताइए आज के मोशन के बारे में.
I just जो मोशन में नहीं देखा मैंने. I just फ्रेशन अप होके मैं अभी
The
I don't know
the
anything
the
अभी.
the motion is India Russia relation is more important than India US relation.
विवेक दादा I
आप
have
क्या
no.
एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो आज के डिबेट पे वो बताओ.
Huh?
एक्सपेक्टेशंस क्या है आज के डिबेट से वो
Oh,
बताओ.
expectation. I hope the participant do well and give a good nice debate. If I have any question between the debate, I will raise my hand. But abhi to I am very blank right now, huh?
Okay, so today because we have uh, two versus two members, so I will give adequate time to both of you. So just in case if I interrupt you while speaking, just know that I'm trying to give you a hint that okay you can conclude. Okay, so let's just begin. I invite Jyotirmoy to speak against the motion today. Jyotirmoy.
ডাইৰেক্ট পইণ্ট কওঁ নে
নিজৰ ইন্ট্ৰডাকশ্যন এটা দিয়ে আকৌ
অঁ
পইণ্টটোক আৰম্ভ কৰক.
ইন্ট্ৰডাকশ্যন ৰিলেশ্যনছটো ইম্পৰ্টেণ্টটো দুটাতে আমাৰ দুইফালে ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট বাট যদি চাব যাওঁ আমি কাৰেণ্ট চিটুৱেশ্যন
উম, উম,
কাৰেণ্ট চিটুৱেশ্যনত চাব গ'লে আমি ইউএছৰ ফালে বেছি মানে হেৰি কৰিব লাগে ডিপেণ্ড আৰু ইণ্ডিয়া
উম,
more than Russia.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Panjal, please give your introduction. Yes. Uh, just okay. Just so that you people don't confuse with the motion, let me explain in a very layman term that those who are speaking for the motion will speak in favor of Russia, and those who are speaking in favor in against will speak in favor of US. Okay, so Panjal. Okay. Bishal. Bishal.
हेलो
Yes.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। तो आज के मोशन के अगेंस्ट में हम अगेंस्ट में डिस्कस करेंगे। अ, म- इंडिया मेरे हिसाब से इंडिया यूएस रिलेशन टेक्नोलॉजिकल साइड में डेवलपमेंट में बहुत ज़्यादा काम आएगी इन कंपैरिजन टू इंडिया यूएस रिलेशनशिप। तो बहुत सारे जैसे इसरो और नासा मिलकर कुछ सैटेलाइट ऐसे कोलैबोरेशन में बनाने के सोच रहे हैं। तो उस तरह के साइट्स में हम बहुत डेवलपमेंट देख सकते हैं इंडिया यूएस रिलेशन में कंपेयर टू इंडिया रशिया रिलेशंस।
ठीक है। Shubham, please speak for the motion with your introduction.
The India and Russian history of collaboration goes far and wide. US did help in the era of Cold War for food supplies when our country needed supply of food, but it doesn't compare the fact that the USSR and Russia, which is the uh, true inherent source of the USSR after the fall of USSR, they have contributed immensely since the formation of uh, early independence of the state of our India, modern state, and from food to oil to research and development. So I'll say Russia India relationship is very important for India and Russia, both for India and Russia.
Okay. I invite now Srijan to speak against the motion. Srijan.
I'm sorry, I'm having my dinner actually.
Arey. Sorry, 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 sorry. Okay, I will come to Jyotirmoy now. Jyotirmoy.
हाँ, ठीक है,
Yes.
बोलता हूँ मैं।
बोलिए होमिया में बोलिए अगर प्रॉब्लम है
बोल
हिंदी में।
सकते थे कि हाँ, यस, मैं पॉइंट पे ही बोल रहा हूँ।
हम्म।
एक टाइम था जब बोल सकते थे हम जे क्या रसिया एक अच्छा पार्टनर हो सकता है इन फ्यूचर, बट
हम्म।
इन द करेंट सिचुएशन को जो देखे हम लोग, तो जो यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर है उसके वजह से रसिया फुल्ली डिपेंड ऑन चाइना हो गया है।
हम्म।
जो चाइना हमारे लिए एक बहुत बड़ा थ्रेट है, और जो एक एक सुपर पावर कंट्री होकर भी रसिया एक चाइना के ऊपर डिपेंड है। और हमारा चाइना के साथ इंडिया का रिलेशन अच्छा नहीं है। जो बॉर्डर वार है, बॉर्डर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बहुत ज्यादा है। इन फ्यूचर कभी बॉर्डर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुआ तो हमारा मतलब कि जो रसिया का सपोर्ट नहीं मिलेगा इस मतलब कि जब हम करंट सिचुएशन को तो देखे तो इससे तो नहीं लगता है कि रसिया हेल्प करेगा इंडिया को। तो फॉर बेटर हम लोग यूएसए को सपोर्ट करें और यूएस अच्छा पार्टनर होगा इस मामले में।
Hmm.
तो यही बोलना
Yes.
चाहता हूँ, यूएस एज ए लॉन्ग टाइम देखे तो यूएस अच्छा है।
Okay. Shubham, you have any counterpoint?
US does make a strong a strong partner in some way because they have a stronger economy and military, but the reliance on US has never been good for its own allies. For example, the Ukraine itself, because Ukraine was pro US for a long time, and it is also the reason why the Russia had invaded this problem. The Ukraine has welcomed this problem into their border because of USA. Second of all, USA, there is no reliance that the US government would come to help if there is a conflict, because we have seen in Afghanistan when US left haphazardly, and and the Taliban came and took over the state, and now women cannot get
I would like a. Oh,
education more
you.
basics. So yeah, US is not good reliable partner.
Okay. Vishal. 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 Am I audible, guys?
यस यस, শুনি আছো শুনি আছো।
Kaushik, will you participate?
মানুহ নাই নেকি?
I think Vishal is having some problem. You can join in.
No, no, I will not.
हाँ?
নোৱাৰো বে।
मुंह से ऊपर निकाल के बात कर।
ময়ে কৈ দি আছো, ডিফেণ্ড কৰি দি আছো।
दे ओके ज्योतिर्मय।
तो हम जब इकोनॉमिकली भी देखे करंट सिचुएशन में इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट के मामले में, जो रशिया और इंडिया का इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट है बहुत कम है। बहुत देखा कोई आई थिंक है इंडिया इंडिया बहुत ज्यादा इंपोर्ट कर रहा है रशिया से, और एक्सपोर्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है इस मामले
हम्म,
में। करंट सिचुएशन में तो ये
हम्म,
अमेरिका के साथ तो बहुत अच्छा है। तो इंडिया एक्सपोर्ट भी कर रहा है, इंपोर्ट भी कर रहा है उधर। अच्छा, एक बिजनेस पार्टनर है, एक का स्टेबल
हम्म,
कंट्री है बहुत इस मामले। और एक एक बहुत बड़ा चीज है कि डॉलर 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 एक बहुत प्रॉब्लमेटिक चीज है, जो मतलब कि यूएसएस का एक पावर है थोड़ा थोड़ा इसमें। तो इस साइड में भी मतलब ये वर्ल्ड ट्रेड के लिए तो अच्छा ही है
हम्म,
इंडिया और
ठीक है,
अमेरिका के साथ।
ठीक है। प्रांजल।
ओके, जैसे ज्योतिमा ने बताया कि इकोनॉमिक जो पार्टनरशिप है यूएस के साथ ज़्यादा अच्छा है, बट बहुत टाइम पहले से रशिया ने इंडिया इंडिया को वेपन मतलब वेपन डील किया है इंडिया के साथ। एंड उसके कारण मतलब इंडिया का अभी करंट मिलिट्री पावर ज़्यादा है देन आपका और क्या है, अ, जैसे वो न्यूक्लियर जब करने गया था, मतलब इंडिया टेस्टिंग करने गया था, देन इट वाज यूएस जिसने अपोज किया था, उसने स्पाई भेजा था, मतलब कि इंडिया की न्यूक्लियर टेस्टिंग ना कर पाए। नहीं तो आज आज तक मतलब पाकिस्तान अभी ज़्यादा पावरफुल होता है इंडिया से करेंटली, लेकिन उस टाइम रशिया ने हेल्प किया था कि कोलैबोरेट किया था कि न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स बनाने में। तो आई डोंट थिंक कि यूएस का उतना ज़्यादा कंट्रीब्यूशन है कंपेयर टू रशिया, जो बहुत पहले से हम लोग के साथ मतलब फ्रेंडशिप बना के रखा है।
हम्म, ठीक है। विशाल। ओके। सृजन। Shubham, sorry. Shubham.
I'd like to add that Russia and India has a long history. If you consider in the context of both civilization, as in the like first century or around that time, there were Russian travelers who came to India, and they have extensively written about the Indian culture, and it shows that our culture are united in a related way. On the other hand, United States, however, wasn't formed it came into existence, and the what is called that Western power came to India and on the other hand colonized our land. Uh, but Russian Empire never colonized our land. Instead, they were very good trade partners. So
Mm.
it has a long history that Russia and India reliance have been become reliable partner.
Okay. Vishal.
হেল্ল', আহি আছে
Yes.
নে মাত এতিয়া?
Yes.
অঁ,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
উম, এটা পইণ্ট আছে, অসমীয়াত কওঁ নেকি?
Yes.
আহ, কিবা হেৰি শুভম এটা কিবা পইণ্ট কৈছিল, পইণ্টটো ভালকে শুনা নাপালোঁ তেতিয়া। কি কিবা আৰ্মছৰ কিবা এটা আছিল।
Russia is a reliable defense partner.
অঁ, সেনেকে চাব গ'লে ইউ এছ এও মানে এনেকে এষ্টাব্লিছ কৰিছে তাৰমানে য'ত আমাৰ ইণ্ডিয়াৰ লগত কোঅপাৰেশ্যন কৰি কেনে য'ত মানে আৰ্মছ তাতে মিলিটাৰীৰ কাৰণে লগা আৰ্মছ আৰু যোনবিলাক আমাৰ ইকুইপমেণ্টছ থাকে সেইবিলাক তাতে ডেভেলপ কৰা হ'ব, যিটো মানে দুটা কাণ্ট্ৰিকে মানে বেনিফিট কৰিব।
Mm. Mm. Okay, Shubham.
Yeah, US did contribute to the arms development, but if you look at the history, and I'm gonna partially quote as Jaishankar that US wanted it is in US thought that supporting a military dictatorship in neighborhood was more important than supporting a democratic country because our friendship with the Soviet Union. So I don't think the US has been much more than a good partner other than its own selfish interests.
Okay, now, okay, I will now move on to the question answer round. I invite the observers. I can see Defia. Yes, Defia, please put your question.
Okay, thank you, moderator. So, my question is for the motion. Okay, so you guys have said that Russia have more a long history of partnership with India regarding defense, right? But as we know, India had partnership with Russia mainly because of defense and energy sectors, right? Energy reasons. But we have but the partnership with USA and India is more than just defense. Yeah, it have the defense cooperation defense, but also for trade and other general partnerships. So how would you describe the relationship between Russia and India is better than India and USA?
Yes, anyone would like to answer it question? Shubham, yes.
Because uh, trade is important. Trade and economy is important. Russia has have declined significantly since the fall of the Soviet Union. That being said, our it is an unsung story that when we consider Russia and or Soviet Union, we already think of 1971 and military defense, but during that era of the socialist India, like partly socialist controlled economy, we were more dependent on the on Russia, Soviet Union and Russia. So we can say that the trade and it is not to it is will be ill advised to consider that we have been we have never been progressed during 1947 to 1991, because there has been many progress. Not to mention that we tested nuclear bomb. Rakesh Sharma went to moon because of Soviet
Sorry,
contribution.
space. I think
So
it's
we
space.
can, huh?
Rakesh Sharma went to space, not moon, I think.
Sorry, Rakesh Sharma went to space because of Soviet contribution, and not to mention that Aryabhatta and other early satellites of ISRO was came into conception because of contribution with Soviet Union. So it is not just about defense any or energy sector. It has been a well-founded, strong base onto which that Russia and India slash India and Russia slash Soviet Union had been thriving on for a long time.
Pranjal, would you like to add?
I think he already told most of the points, but I think I have already said on the first point. Uh, Maybe Defia wasn't present, but Russia-India relation has been going on from many years. It, they they have helped us when Pakistan was attacking us, which I've already discussed on my first topic, first points, and it was Russia who helped us during that time by bringing their war navies with nuclear weapons loaded.
Hmm,
It wasn't US which who defended us against them, and
hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Defia, do you have any counter question? Is your question being answered?
Thank you, Subham, for giving a good answer. But I would also like to add that the relationship between Russia and India have been in history itself, but it is not gradually increasing like US itself, because US is actively like in kya bolte affairs of India. So. So the thing is that the Russia and relationship between Russia and India, it's a not that after the Ukraine and Russia war, it's not that active anymore, but relationship between US and India is active. So how would you like to explain it?
Shubham, is the question clear?
Yes, yes, yes. Now I
Okay.
understood the question. Uh, one thing, one consideration that everyone forgets, that whenever we discuss the US and US slash Western powers and Indian relationship, that Western powers and US consider India as an inferior partner. They wanted to control, and they want to control, and if they have the chance, they will control Indian diplomacy, Indian foreign policy. There is enough example for that. For example, when India wanted to be independent in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the Ukraine and other partners, the Western partners, they considered that India buying oil from Russia is like buying is has a blood in his her hand. So how can I consider Western powers who accuse India, and not to forget the Canada situation, the US who try to harbor terrorists for its own reason in concept of the Sikh terrorist. So I don't think that Russia, India, sorry, America, India, US, India is a very strong foundation, or rather, it could be walking on a thin sheet of ice. So if India becomes powerful like China, eventually it will become there will be rivalry between India and the US. So I consider that Russia, on the other hand, whenever there is a conflict with China, as Jaishankar said, that we can control our own problems with China. So and Russia remains
Okay.
silent. Russia doesn't want to get involved and to choose sides between India and China.
Okay.
However,
Please
how close the
conclude.
relationship between China and Russia becomes, as the Western power alleges, which is partly true, but Russian
Okay.
and Russia-China relationship hasn't ruined. the situation or the geopolitical situation having being reliance on India-Russia partnership.
Okay.
That's what I want to say.
Okay. I will now invite other member questioning. Shrijan, do you have any question? Shrijan?
Yes, thank you, moderator. So my question is for the team speaking for the motion. So, I see. Given the present geopolitical context, the Indo-Pacific region becomes a very important, point of global point of congress where all the entire world is interested in it right now. So the U.S. and India alliance in this Indo-Pacific region, the Quad, as you see, the Indo-U.S., Japan, Australia alliance, and in the Western, in the Middle Eastern alliance also there is I2U2. So when it comes to Indo-Pacific region, Russia does not openly support this India's initiative. It does not even call this region as Indo-Pacific region. It calls it Asia-Pacific region. So, do you think in such a situation Russia becomes a credible partner? See, if anyone asks who is a better friend, Russia or USA, of course the answer will be Russia, because as PM Modi said, बच्चे बच्चे को पूछो वो बोलेगा कि रशिया इंडिया का सबसे अच्छा दोस्त है. But the question today, the motion of the debate is which relation is more important, not which friendship. So I would like the team to answer this.
Okay. Shubham, I know you have the answer, but I want to give Pranjal an opportunity. Pranjal?
Yeah, can you repeat the question again?
Uh, he is saying ki on the backdrop of please on the backdrop of the importance which has been increasing of Indo-Pacific, as can be seen in the Quad and I2U2, India's collaboration with the US is like it's like a better relationship as far as the India's Indo-Pacific strategy is concerned.
Yes. Mm, okay.
নাজানো যদি কৈ দে Shubham will
নাজানো দে
say.
ইয়াতে ক'ব দে
Okay, Shubham, please.
Okay, so India and its collaboration with US and the India Quad and I2E2 is important for in the situation in the geopolitical situation in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, so Indo-Pacific area, and Russia doesn't consider that India doesn't call that area Indo-Pacific, rather called it Asia-Pacific. That is true, but that doesn't changes the fact that India and Russia relationship becomes worse. Rather, that's an independent point. That's it, because we don't have to become completely agree on everything. After all, both countries, Russia and India, can have their independent point of view of how geopolitical scenario works, and they do so because of their own personal reasons, personal interest. Russia have probably have depended on China because of that they still call it Asia Pacific, and the relations with Western power, that's also the reason. But that doesn't change the fact that we cannot we have to be dependent on China's influence. We can still be become within we can have still have an interest in our own geopolitical sphere. So there are many such cases like many discussion have been done in
Okay.
Rice and dialogues. So I cannot remember exactly what has been
Okay.
spoken recently, but
Mm.
both work and both are independent. So it doesn't change the fact that and our policy has been becoming independent since the for
Okay.
2014 administration.
Okay. Kaushik, do you have any question? Kaushik? Himashri?
Okay, so I have a question, and it goes to the against team, I think. Uh, the question is that recently USA questioned the CAA of 2019 that was brought in, and recently the rules have been uh, asked to be implemented. So I want to ask that since US is questioning the internal workings of India, how do you think that USA and India's relationship will benefit India's will benefit actually in India's growth? Because they are not supposed to question inside, and for that, even as Jaishankar, he had a crisp reply, which was not really friendly reply at all. So, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, Jyotirmoy.
हाँ, तो एक एक तो बात वो है कि यूएसए तो सब में घुसता है। यूएसए तो अकेला इंडिया पर नहीं, हर कंट्री में घुसता है। तो वो बोलेगा ही, उसमें तो वो केस भी ठोक देगा वो लोग अपने वो मतलब कि उधर कोर्ट में, यूएसए में। तो इंडिया उसको मतलब कैसे, इंडिया उसको मतलब ऐसे लेता भी नहीं है सीरियसली। वही बात है ना। तो ऐसे बोलने से क्या होगा। और एक बात, जो हम लोग प्रैक्टिकली सोचे तो ना, तो इंडिया यूएसए बहुत अच्छा पार्टनर है प्रैक्टिकली। और हम इमोशनली सोचे तो रसिया है। इमोशनल से तो पेट नहीं भरता ना, प्रैक्टिकली सोचना पड़ेगा। एक एक तो बात है, जो डॉलर है, डॉलर का डिपेंडेंसी तो पूरा दुनिया दुनिया को पता है कितना डिपेंडेंट है। तो डॉलर का डिपेंडेंसी सबको पता है, तो इस कारण हम लोग क्यों इस मतलब यूएसए के साथ लड़ाई करें इस चीज को। तो इसे
Yeah.
डिप्लोमेटिकली ये सब सॉल्व कर सकता है इंडिया, इसमें कोई बड़ा
Mhm.
बात नहीं है। वही
ठीक है।
बोलना चाहता हूँ।
Kaushik, do you have any question? Kaushik, Kaushik sir.
Nine, nine,
Okay.
nine. Question.
Okay. I don't think. Okay, Defia, you had done one question. Defia, madam. Okay. I don't think there is any more question. Okay, Shubham, any counter?
Wait a minute.
Hello.
Sorry, I was talking in a mic close one. So, what was the answer? What was the Jyotirmoy's answer reply? I forgot what.
Do you understand Assamese?
Yeah, yes, SMS. I do understand.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Jyotirmoy,
भाई
आपको मैं
मैंने
बता दूं।
हिंदी में बोला।
Yes, can you repeat it?
हाँ, मैंने बोला कि जो अमेरिका ने बोला कि ए, क्या है कहाँ पर इंटरनल इंटरनल प्रॉब्लम्स के ऊपर सवाल करते हैं अमेरिका। वो तो अमेरिका सबको करते हैं। वो ऐसी बात नहीं, उन लोगों का लॉ ही है दुनिया को, मतलब कि सब में घुसने का उनका लॉ ही है। वो लोग केस भी ठोकते हैं। तो हमारा प्रधानमंत्री मोदी के ऊपर तो वो लोग केस ठोका था ना एक टाइम कि यूएसए में तो उन लोग उनको आने ही नहीं देना बोला था। मगर जब प्रधानमंत्री बने उसके बाद तो खुल गया ना वो। तो
हम्म,
उन लोगों का बात मतलब कि ऐसे इतना सीरियस नहीं है। मतलब सीरियस लेगा तो लेना होता ही नहीं है हम
ठीक
लोगों
है,
के लिए,
शुभम।
उतना सीरियस है ही
Okay.
नहीं उसके लिए।
Okay. Isn't that makes it having not taking serious consideration of their response and their opinions? Isn't that make it a bad relationship? Yeah, on the other hand, Russia also have its own contention with the over reliance with the United States. But that being said, it is only the U.S. and Russia, U.S. and India relationship, particularly on the concept of Quad. It has not been the case. Of Russia have never been in Russia influenced or tried to comment on the internal affairs of on
India.
India, and not to mention that the USA, the Canada, like the Canadian Prime Minister in the, which is in a way, if it's a controversial opinion, what it's my opinion that it's a country that is completely subservient to the United States. It never goes beyond whatever the Washington says. So so whatever the US doesn't want to speak directly, Trudeau open up in some either parliament or in social media. So we can consider that the opinion of Trudeau, partnership with the United States would be means the partnership with Trudeau, and we know that Trudeau is an unreliable partner, and all the scuffles recently, and especially on our sovereign embassies. So I don't think the US has been a reliable partner.
Okay. Vishal, any counter?
মই কৈছো
Okay. Jyotirma.
एक नंबर जियो पॉलिटिक्सत जियो
Uh,
पॉलिटिक्स में कोई रिलायबल है
is
ही
it
नहीं.
is it is it like 1v1 here? I am not able to hear any arguments from Pranjal and Vishal. Okay, Jyotirma, continue.
जियो पॉलिटिक्स में कोई पार्टनर अलायंस एलाई ये सब वर्ड टिक नहीं होता है. वो तो जयशंकर ने बोला ही है. जो अपने अपने इंटरेस्ट की बात है, जो जहां पर इंटरेस्टेड है, फायदा हो रहा है हमारे देश को, उधर ही मुंह मारेंगे हम लोग. जिससे हमारा देश की जनता पेट भर रहा है ना, उसमें ही मुंह मारेंगे. तो फर्स्ट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल रशिया के साथ तो है हमारा बहुत अच्छा रिलेशन, पर उससे हमारा फायदा नहीं हो रहा है. हमारा रशिया का मार्केट हमारे लिए ओपन नहीं है उतना लेवल पे. और अमेरिका के साथ उतना लेवल पर है हमारा मार्केट. उस बात
ठीक
को प्रैक्टिकली सोचे तो हम लोग अच्छे बन सकते हैं अमेरिका के साथ,
अच्छा
मोर देन रशिया, मोर
ठीक है
स्टेबल रिलायबल पार्टनर. डॉलर के साथ
ठीक
भी कंपेयर कर तो स्पेशली रशिया का करेंसी वैल्यू भी देखे तो करेंसी का जो डिमांड है वर्ल्ड सकते इतना
I
लेवल पर
think
इन फ्यूचर
ठीक
भी.
है
बहुत टाइम लगेगा उसको मतलब बिल्ड करने में.
ठीक है Shubham, your counter.
The concept that Russian ruble have been falling, but has been become irrelevant recently. But as you know, when the Ukraine-Russian war started, the ruble shot up its valuation. Rather, it was getting pretty strong. And I'm not talking just about ruble. BRICS has in considering a BRICS currency, which eventually will counter United States, United States dollar. And second, the dependence on dollar is a problem for in India itself, because as we know, the Russia has been sanctioned with because of because of dependency on dollar. Who knows, if we want to if we want to take our border with Pakistan, with the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, eventually we will do it. Then what? Then if the US said, oh, this is controversial, or we don't we cannot do that, from now on no one will make deal with India, sanction India, and then not to mention that many parties, many MP, I'll consider MP for clarification, easy clarification. So many MP in US, particularly in Democrat parties, they want they want to consider Pakistan as a more reliable partner than India. And second of all, the situation concerning with USA. You said that in geopolitics there is no there is more emphasis on interest, personal interest. What does the what kind of interest serve to the US to saving Khalistani leaders, Khalistani terrorists in their own homeland, and in Canada? That is that is the similar policy to like Pakistan, which is the good terrorist, bad terrorist. And so
Okay.
I don't think US has been good. US was carrying a knife in his back all this time. And Russia, uh, although is having close relations with China, and it is because of the US involvement. US had US did not conspire to break away the Soviet Union,
Hmm.
and if the Soviet Union survived, then China and Russia and India, Soviet Union and India would prosper together.
Okay. Okay. Now I will move to the third round, which is the final round, the concluding remarks. Jyotirmoy.
मैं कंक्लूडिंग में बोलना चाहता हूँ। पहले मैं वो शुभम का रिप्लाई करूँ।
Okay. ठीक है।
पहले तो ब्रिक्स करेंसी में बोला, उन्होंने ब्रिक्स के बारे में बोला। वो
हम्म,
अब तो थियोरिटिकल है अब तक। हाँ, प्रैक्टिकल तो बनना बहुत मुश्किल है और बहुत स्ट्रगल करना पड़ेगा उसके लिए।
हम्म,
और हम लोग डिपेंड है, उसको मानना पड़ेगा। वर्ल्ड डॉलर के ऊपर डिपेंड है, उसको
हम्म,
थोड़ा थोड़ा कम कर रहे हैं मगर डिपेंड है हम लोग। तो जो चीज
हम्म,
हम लोग आज आज के लिए, जो करंट टाइम के लिए जो चीज बहुत बड़ा डिपेंड है ना जिसके ऊपर, उसको मानना
हम्म,
पड़ेगा। उसको ऐसे
हम्म,
नेग्लेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं। उसका अदर ऑप्शन भी नहीं है हमारे पास। तो उसके लिए,
हम्म,
और उसने कुछ और बोला था क्या, वो पाकिस्तान को फान कर रहा है, वो पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तान वो ऐसा नहीं है।
खालिस्तान।
खालिस्तान को, वो बाहर वो करेगा ही। वो अपने अपने इंटरेस्ट की बात है। तो हम लोग डिफेंड कर रहे हैं ना अपने तरफ से।
हम्म,
डिफेंड तो कर रहे हैं ना हम लोग, तो बाहर जाकर भी डिफेंड कर रहे हैं। इंडिया इंडिया अपने
हम्म,
अपने काम करेगा, वो अपने काम, किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना इसमें।
हम्म।
तो
कंक्लूजन दीजिए।
ऐसा होगा ही। जियो पॉलिटिक्स में अपना अपना इंटरेस्ट करेगा ही लोग। इस पे हम
हम्म,
लोग ऐसे लड़ाई करने से कुछ नहीं होता है। हम लोग खुद के लिए खुद का डिफेंस खुद करेंगे इसमें।
हम्म,
इंडिया अपना स्टैंड ले रहा है इसके ऊपर, वो चल रहा है। और पाकिस्तान की बात है जो, वो इंडिया के पास उतना पावर है पाकिस्तान को कश्मीर लेने के लिए आराम से ले सकता है। इंडिया इंडिया के पास
ठीक।
उतना पावर है, वो किसी के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं है। किसी के बोलने से वो कुछ कुछ होता नहीं इंडिया को।
हम्म।
वही बोलना चाह रहा हूँ।
Can you in your conclusion kind of justify why India-US relation is more important than Russia? Jyotirmoy?
मैं मैं एक न्यूट्रली कंक्लूजन देना
ओके।
देना पसंद करूंगा इस
ओके।
पर में।
ठीक है।
जो,
ठीक है।
हाँ,
ठीक है।
तो एक एक तो बात है इमोशनली, जो सोचे तो एक अच्छा फ्रेंड है हमारा, रशिया के साथ अच्छा बॉन्डिंग है। लोगों के बीच अच्छा कनेक्शन है। तो इस देश उस देश के लिए अच्छा सोचते हैं।
ठीक है।
इस मामले में जो
ठीक है।
1971 वार में जो हेल्प किया था, वो बहुत बड़ा मतलब कि सपोर्ट था इंडिया के लिए।
हम्म,
उसको हम नेग्लेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं। वो बहुत बड़ा
हम्म,
सपोर्ट था उस टाइम के लिए, जो हमारा इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन बहुत डाउन था। और ऊपर सुपर पावर ने हम हमारे ऊपर अटैक किया था उस टाइम। तो उसके लिए
हम्म,
तो हम लोग इस पे है, हमारा दिल में है। मगर
हम्म।
मगर प्रैक्टिकल जब होंगे तो जब हमारा तो खाना पड़ेगा ना। लोगों की इतना बड़ा पॉपुलेशन, 1.4 बिलियन आई थिंक।
1.4 बिलियन। हम्म।
जी। तो
ठीक है।
इतना बड़ा पॉपुलेशन में तो हमारा जो इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन भी अच्छा होना पड़ेगा, जो इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट अच्छा होना पड़ेगा, जो एक स्टेबल स्टेबल साइड में होना बेटर होता है इसमें।
ठीक है।
जो करेंसी
ठीक है।
वाइज है और इकोनॉमी के
ठीक है।
लिए है और सुपर पावर्ड भी है, उस तरफ हमारा झुकना मतलब कि
ओके।
उस तरफ थोड़ा
ठीक है, हो जाएगा।
हाँ ठीक है, हाँ ठीक है। उस तरफ झुकना पड़ेगा
ठीक
ही
है।
हम लोगों को। तो
ठीक है।
वो एक
प्रांजल।
इंटरेस्ट की बात है।
ठीक है, प्रांजल।
सो मेरा कंक्लूडिंग यही है कि यूएस ने बहुत पहले से पाकिस्तान को हेल्प करते आ रहा है एंड रिसेंटली भी हेल्प किया है। तो अगर यूएस ऐसा कंट्री को हेल्प कर रहा है जो इंडिया के अगेंस्ट है, तो हाउ इज़ इट जस्टिफाइबल कि वो इंडिया का भी अच्छा फ्रेंड हो सकता है फ्यूचर में। बट
हम्म,
रशिया ने बहुत पहले से हम लोग को हेल्प करते आ रहा है और कभी भी मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि वो क्वेश्चन किया है हम लोग के ऊपर। एंड यूएस हर बार हम लोग का कोई इंटरनल अफेयर्स होता है उसमें क्वेश्चन करता है। मतलब हर चीज़
हम्म,
में वो लोग क्वेश्चन करता ही है। एंड वो लोग
हम्म,
ऐसा कंट्रीज को सपोर्ट करता है जो हम लोग के पूरा अगेंस्ट होता है। तो वही
हम्म।
मेरा कंक्लूडिंग पॉइंट्स है कि रशिया इज फार बेटर हैज़ अ फार बेटर फ्रेंडशिप विथ इंडिया कंपेयर टू यूएस।
ठीक है। Uh, since Vishal left, I will just move on to Shubham. Please give your concluding marks.
So I will start with Jyotirmoy's point. that the relationship with US is more practical and not emotional as in case in Russia. But Russia has the only emotional relationship with the United States, as far as I know, as far as I have been studying the international relations, are only two countries, that are Bhutan and Nepal. These are the two countries that they have connected in emotional case, in emotional sense, and all the other things, all others the countries have both emotional and practical uses for practical basis on which our partnership relied upon. As I said, in the 1971 war, I will not gonna beat the dead horse. I will discuss the other things. In 1960s, even in the era of Stalin, that era that was a very bloody era in Russian domestic situation. That being said, Stalin did send many hundred thousand tons of grain, not to from Russia to Russia to Soviet Union to India, from especially after the 47 Indo-Pak war and the partition situation. That be and after and then Brezhnev and India, Brezhnev and was a very good leader for India, a very pro-India leader. There were all the leaders that came succeeded from Nikita Khrushchev to Brezhnev and many other came. They all had a India centric, or at least becoming behaved like a big brother, not in the sense of the emotional sense, but in practical sense. They gave us grain, gave us energy, they gave us the technology to develop our own aircraft.
Okay.
Dornier aircraft is a contribution of intellectual contribution in some way
Okay.
with the US. The DRDO exists because in the early time,
Please conclude.
because many Soviet scientists came and helped it to grow. The nuclear development, although Russia and Soviet Union never did it, contributed help directly, but they made us capable
Okay.
enough to consider that we can develop our own
Okay.
nuclear policy. So
Okay. Okay. Please conclude.
and I would like to also conclude that there are numerous instances where Soviet Union and Russia have vetoed in UNSC against that was passed by US by US and other Western powers
Okay.
to control
Okay.
Indian policy. So I would say
Okay.
Soviet Union's and Russia's relationship bounce in the US and India relation is important in modern sense, but it's only a shadow in front of Russia slash Soviet Union relationship.
Okay. Okay. I will now move on to the observer. Please make your remarks, Himashri.
Thank you, Vivikta. So today's debate was actually informative because I didn't have much knowledge about this topic, but I had to say that my question was I was not really satisfied with the answer completely, but the other things from both the sides were completely true in their own sense, and I think it was a good debate.
Okay. Thank you, Himashri. Shrijan, if you are done
Thank
with
you.
your dinner.
Uh, thank you, moderator. So yes, I would like to say that yes, the session was very insightful, and yes, the as far as the question I asked is concerned, it was answered very nicely by Subham sir. So yes, thank you.
Uh, okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Today's topic was basically about India's foreign policy with respect to Russia and USA. And personally, foreign affairs is one of my most favorite, and I just love debating on foreign affairs. But unfortunately, I am the moderator today. So good luck to both of you. Both of you did good, pretty well. Uh, okay, so uh, Jyotirmoy and Shubham, actually, it was basically a debate between both of you. since Pranjal and Vishal only left. So thank you everyone for joining. This was like a 1v1 debate. Just for the information, let me just announce that since there is no EC right now, there will be no announcement of any winners or star debater for this week. So I hope you people still join and focus more on gaining insights on different topics. Uh, so thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. Shubhratri.
Good night.